1 year ago, the Center for Learning and Teaching was tasked to prepare and equip AUC faculty members to switch to online learning. Like many universities across the globe, we needed to prepare for the COVID lockdown and an ongoing pandemic. That was it. For the past 12 months, we've been online in some way or form. And when the time came for CLT's annual symposium, we, of course, knew it had to be fully virtual, and we extended it over 3 half days to make it easier for faculty to attend in a flexible manner.
My goal for this session today is to encourage you to stop thinking so much about distractions and instead to focus on attention and to consider what it is that we do as faculty members that cultivates, supports, and sustains student attention.
My session will simply be about the power of small stories to build trust.
We are going to focus on building community, having fun and playing, and practice leading with our bodies and trusting our body wisdom as a tool for learning.
I'm going to be exploring that through the use of play so that we can maybe think about some of those power dynamics. And I'm ultimately doing it as a way of advocating for more or better orientation sessions to Zoom environments or to virtual environments in classes.
I'll be guiding you through an activity that will help you sort of discover where you might have tensions about slowing down and being quiet and how you might be able to work through those.
But I'm going to be leading people through an activity that you may know. It's a liberating structure called TRIZ, and it's a useful, playful, kind of creative engagement tool to step back and reflect on things that we need to potentially challenge that might be counterproductive behaviors standing in the way of achieving our goals.
Real simply, HighFlex is just a combination of a face-to-face class and an online class, and you put them together. But it's more than that. It creates actually a new kind of class.
I'm going to be talking about hyperdocs and how we can use them as a meaningful structure in our classes.
So what I'm going to say is very simple. 5 phases that I think we went through, 3 principles that I believe in that we should consider, and 6 tips for you from my side based on my experience, not as an expert, as a faculty member who thought about it, thought that some things were successful, and I would like to share with you.
How to handle anxiety in a classroom or in an online classroom.
Our major problem is that student cheating. And so we are not getting a fair assessment, okay? And no matter what we do, we'll always have that kind of percentage of cheaters. Let's eliminate the exam and try to find something else. That's my point of view.
If a log or a branch or something comes down the river as a result of rainfall and it gets under the water, we can't map it. We don't know that it's there, and we have to navigate that. We can maybe see the evidence of it in the turbulence above, but maybe not, and we can get caught on those things and end up capsizing, turning our boat over. And in teaching, we don't really want to turn our teaching boats over.
Some of you are a little bit hesitant about peer feedback. And that hesitation about peer feedback, or maybe even my own fear about peer feedback, was what prompted me to look into this topic.
And it doesn't even have to be something layman's terms. I mean, you can even relate it back to a movie or to a play, just something to where it becomes tangible for students to see.
I think we were thrown into this social experiment that the education world around the globe had been contemplating for decades of moving on to digital education. And we were forced to incubate it and create it and make it happen overnight.
The lesson that we've learned is that we can be a lot more flexible than we thought we could be. There's more than one lesson, and as adaptable than we could be, and tolerant than we could be.
I'm not suggesting that we cut everyone slack in every area, but it's definitely a lesson to understand that a lot of our students, whether they tell us or not, have really some serious situations going on, and that we just need to be aware of that and how it's impacting their ability to take on our information that we're sharing and facilitating and helping them think critically about.
Stay safe, and from all of us at CLT, we hope you and your loved ones are safe, well, and hopeful.